When it comes to Logic's new mixtape, Inglorious Basterd, I'm going to be completely honest, I actually really enjoyed it. Firstly, it's not just new songs, which I have to be honest, I was a bit perplexed, but I do enjoy at the same time, as it's not just new songs, but we get a lot of unreleased songs and demos as well. When it comes to the demos, then primarily from the 2019 to 2020 period, or the no pressure period essentially, but we also get songs going back from 2018, and even one great one from 2015 as well. What is really interesting about this album is we hear Logic rapping on different beats from original songs. So we're hearing the very rough versions of these songs and how the beat used to be, all the way to what it is now. For example, the song Starfield, we hear Logic rapping over what I hear as a sample of Gorillaz' Tomorrow Comes Today, and we hear him rap a verse off of 5 hooks, and then it swiftly transitions into the first verse of See You Space Cowboy. Now, I really did enjoy the instrumentation of this, but I have to be honest, I was disappointed by the fact that it was the same lyrics from other songs. But yeah, I really did enjoy the instrumentation. It was nice to hear. It was something different. Throughout most of these songs, we hear Logic rap over other artists' beats, and for the majority of the time doing a really good job, whether it's rapping over Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, or even Lupe Fiasco and many others. I think Logic held his own, but when it comes to him rapping over Kendrick Lamar's High Power, I'm going to be completely honest and say no artist, specifically Logic, is ever going to do a better job than Kendrick Lamar ever did. That's not to say he didn't do a good job, Logic did. I'm a huge fan of High Power, and I think Kendrick Lamar, his version, is always going to be the best. What surprised me the most about this mixtape is how deep it is, as not only do we get a demo version of Dark Place, which, if anything, it's nothing new from the album version, except for the beat. I believe he used a Kanye West song, and it sounds very stripped down. But we get songs like 2 AM on Tour, where Logic talks about himself and how ever since his fame from the 1-800 song, fans have said he's switched up, he's changed, and how he's even talking to artists and they're somewhat helping him get out of this negative mental state, and that's really interesting. Then songs like Grip Tape, talking about how fame has done a substantial amount of damage on his mental health, whether it be from fans, from critics, from hip-hop media itself, and pointing out the hypocrisy that hip-hop media does for other artists. Very much surprised that we get such deepness from a free mixtape of all things, but I'm here for it. One thing that I really enjoyed was that Logic showed that he can still do these story-based songs. So I'm going to be honest, we haven't heard for quite some time, and it's from a 2015 take called Get High, and it's a really hooking story-based song. And my main gripe with it is just that we only hear it now, and it would have been great to hear on any matter of projects that he has released since then. But I also think of it like this: it's better late than never. When it comes to critiques, if I'm going to be honest, I do have a few. The first is that for a free mixtape with 20 songs, we only get really 4 new songs from this year. We get, I'd say, about 8 or 10 to so songs that were previously unreleased but were made during the no pressure era, and I'd say about 3 to 4 of those were leaked, which no fault of anyone, but even Logic himself had played and leaked these as well. And then we get 2 skits, which I will say was a bit and then we get 4 demos, which I'm not mad about whatsoever, but I just wish the demos were left onto a separate project. And that's what I want to talk about the most, is I feel like this mixtape feels like an anthology, whilst starting off like the typical mixtape where Logic is rapping over other artists' beats. We then hear a lot of demos going through, and I just kind of wish he would separate the demos from the other type of songs and being an entire project on its own, as that is something I would really be interested in, but it felt too much of an anthology to me. One of the biggest gripes I have with it is now hearing that he has a lot of demos stacked up, and he puts on this free mixtape. But what annoys me the most is he didn't put any of these onto Bobby Tarantino free, and that really gripes with me, because that could have been an even better project if he could have put any 3 of these songs onto Bobby Tarantino free. As there's 3 songs after Vaccine which to me personally are very subpar, and if he put them on it would have made it a much better project. But alas, we can't change that. Overall, it's really nice to see that Logic shows his ability, that he was able to rap really well before he hit the mainstream, when he was in his darkest period of all time, and even now still shows he has a great talent and he's really happy and fun with this music. Also, I'd just like to say that with this mixtape, to me it proves that 2019-2020, even though it was a horrible period for Logic, it showed that it is his best period as well, as he really took all the hatred and criticism he was getting and he was able to manifest it into what became an amazing project, that being No Pressure. And that is why No Pressure to me is always going to be the best album. I think it is his best project to date. I don't know if he'll ever actually beat it. Before I go on to my main thing, I'd just like to say my top 3 songs off this mixtape at the moment are Get High, Glamorous and I Choose You. I really enjoy them. That can change, as this is like literally the first week of hearing it. But yeah, is this mixtape good? I would say yes, it's very good. Now, I have no rating for it. Would I re-listen to it? 100% I would. Definitely a great Logic mixtape. When it comes to recommendations, my top 3 Logic projects are No Pressure, as I've said many a time, Bobby Tarantino 2 and Under Pressure. Reason I say those is not only do we get the best of Logic's lyrical ability, we get great storytelling, but even vulnerability as well, which you always enjoy from an artist. When it comes to his songs, I have a few songs in particular that I really love. First being Iconic off of Young Snatcher 4, just on a lyrical basis he kills it. I think his song Bounce off of Under Pressure, now I just like that for the beat alone. I think lyrically it's pretty good, but it's the beat I'm in love with. Paradise off of his second album Tits. For me, I love the second verse, it really speaks to me, I just really enjoy it. Then you get tracks like Man I Is. From an instrumentation point of view alone it is amazing, but lyrically it's just as good too. But lastly, I would say the song Yak off of Bobby Tarantino 2. I say that as it's a subliminal diss track. Now, it's really interesting that Logic of all artists is doing this, because most people know him as the peace, love and positivity type of rapper, but it really shows on this particular song that yes, he will promote that till the day he dies, but he is not afraid to attack you as well. Definitely a great song, definitely check those out. Those are my recommendations. This has been my review for Inglorious Basterd, the free mixtape by Logic. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe, but most importantly, thank you and have a nice day.